Hey everybody, James Shepard here with your weekly Merchant Sales Insight little promo video. As I always remind you right at the beginning of the video, definitely go over to ccsalespro.com/insights and you can check it out there. I did want to mention here as well that I'm going to be at the MWAA next week with my team from ISOAMP. So we're going to have a booth there, booth number 1, I believe it is actually, right when you walk in the door. So swing by and say hello to me at the MWAA. Today in the Merchant Sales Insight, I'm talking to you about how to sell quick serve retail. Not quick serve restaurant, quick serve retail. Now, this is a new term that I think I came up with. I haven't seen it anywhere else. But what I've noticed is that as I'm dealing with payment processors and technology companies, and we're talking about retail, that's just too broad of a term anymore. So I've kind of segmented it, and there's actually a lot of different segments of retail, but the two main segments as it relates to payment processing is going to be specialty retail. And these are places where people go to shop. You know, it's a clothing store, a hobby store, places people want to go in, they want to look around. Usually we're going to see like a real nice interior. You know, it looks nice, it's decorated and, it just looks really nice. Then we have quick serve retail where the primary value is the convenience of somebody being able to walk in quickly. So this is your gas station store, the gas station, the part of the gas station where they sell candy bars and soda. And then we have, convenience stores, which are very similar. We have maybe liquor stores, other retail establishments where you'd walk in. You think of, I'm thinking of, a lot of the smoke shops, where they'll have cigarettes and candy and things like that. And, little places like that. So that type of environment, they have very different requirements from the specialty retailer. And from a technology perspective, especially, there's becoming some pretty big differences as to what they want. So I'm calling that quick serve retail. So let me just today really quickly, again, this is just kind of the short version. Let me give you some of the main concerns. I've got 3 keys to going after these businesses. The first one is legal and regulatory concerns. So we're talking about these places, a lot of times they're selling lottery tickets, alcohol, cigarettes. These are things that are highly regulated. And, you can't just slap a non-cash adjustment fee on some of these sales because they have maximum enforced, pricing and things like that. And there's other, things as well as far as the compliance, the reporting, the data that needs to be collected. Even things like EBT, some of that kind of stuff comes into play. So there's a lot of kind of government regulated stuff involved here. And so you want to have a system that understands the complexities of that. It's one of the reasons I actually asked GasPass to sponsor this edition. I was having a really interesting conversation with my friend Josh Smith, who started GasPass from scratch. And for those of you that, we've done advertising with him before, those of you that understand GasPass, they were started for gas stations, right? So pay at the pump, solving all the EMB stuff. We've talked about all of that. It's really pretty cool. I mean, they really can open up that whole kind of market to you. But what I was talking to him about was the similarities between what they built there and the needs of these other quick serve retailers. And it was from that conversation I came up with the idea of the quick serve retail concept because, his point of sale system, now they're taking it and they're selling it to liquor stores, they're selling it to convenience stores, and they're seeing a lot of success. One of the main reasons for that is this legal and regulatory stuff. These are places that are selling similar items. And, Josh has already built into his point of sale the ability to handle cigarette sales and lottery tickets and kind of all these, regulated things and how they work. That's something that he's already had to deal with extensively. And so this is something I'd really encourage you to check out if you're looking to go after quick serve retail. You definitely want to make sure you have a point of sale system that handles these regulatory, requirements. And again, I'm not an attorney, not legal advice. I'm not getting into all the details of it, but I would definitely reach out. It's gaspass.co. If you're dealing with business types that have those concerns. Number 2, it has to be really quick, right? Obviously, it's quick serve retail. Well, the whole idea there is if I'm at a gas station and I'm in there trying to, get for me, I'm the, beef jerky guy. So I want to get my gas, it's pumping. I'm running inside. As soon as it's done, I'm grabbing my beef jerky and my water and I want to get out of there, right? Well, if I'm doing that, that's fine. But if there's a big long line, I'm not going to be super happy. So when you're selling quick serve retail environment, you got to show them how your point of sale system, how your technology is going to allow them to be quick, right? And again, that's something that GasPass does very well. They've been doing it for years. But you got to make sure you have a solution that's quick. Okay. So we talked about legal regulatory stuff, putting the quick in quick service, right? We got to make sure that it is actually quick. Right? The third thing is that it has to be customized for payments. And when I say that, there's a couple different aspects of this that I mean. Number 1, most of you are passing the cost of processing on to the consumer. Well, that's a little easier said than done when we're talking about quick serve retail, where you can't do some of these things. You know, it just depends on the regulation and the compliance and all of that. And so one reason I'd reached out to Josh Smith is, of course, you know, fuel stations have been doing dual pricing for decades. So his point of sale system was really built with dual pricing in mind from the beginning, not just for pay at the pump, but also in store. And so that's an area of strength for them. But also thinking about the average ticket size, you know, the average cost to actually process a payment that's like $7, you know, your average cost could be 2.85% or even higher because of the 22-cent per item fee on regulated debit. So there's a lot of things that come into play, you know, and not every transaction is going to be regulated debit. And I talk about all that in detail in the PDF version, but you need to understand that and make sure you're not pricing them at, you know, 3% flat rate or dual pricing with a difference of 3.2% or something. You can really get upside down on those deals and they're not going to be profitable. So make sure you have a good solution for this. If you're going to go after quick serve retail, understand that it's a unique set of business types that need unique solutions. And so if you want to go after them, I would really encourage you to head over to our sponsor, GasPos. So it's GASPOS.co and get a demo for free from them. Also, as I mentioned earlier, go to ccsalespro.com/insights. You can see this edition at the top as well as all the other ones we've done. We've done quite a few now. And I also did want to mention one more time at the very end here, the MWAA. If you're going to the MWAA, when you walk in the first door, you're going to see ISOAMP. That is my company for the leader in full service statement analysis. I love our booth. We're super excited about it. Going to be great to see everybody again. So if you're coming to the MWAA, when you walk in, look up ISOAMP. I may not be at the booth. I'll probably be walking around or something, but I'm sure we'll see each other there. So definitely check us out, the ISOAMP booth. My name is James Shepard. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure you go to ccsalespro.com/insights to download the full PDF version of the Merchant Sales Insights.